Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. In this video we are going to talk about chapter 19 verse number 1, and this is very extremely important video. I want everybody to copy it and spread it all over, and I might need to make two videos to explain it. So please, when you copy it, copy the two parts. As you see in here, chapter 19 verse number 1, kahayas, it's coming in the Quran as a one word, but when we read the Muslims translating, they translate it as letters. As you see, they make it as letters. Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. Now, as you see, Al-Jalalain saying, God knows best what he mean by these letters. So who knows what the meaning of those letters? Only Allah, according to Muslims. Now, at the same time, we ask ourselves a question, okay, why Allah is putting words there when nobody understands it? It doesn't make sense. Simply, the way I understand this, Muhammad, he was copying from Christian books, and he put the word in there, and he do not know what it's mean. Because of all of us, we knew that Muhammad was copying. He is not the one is making the Quran. There is a guy, his name is Waraq ibn Nawfal. He is the one was giving him, and this guy, he was, let us say, he claimed to be priest, but he was kicked out of the church for the wrong teaching he was doing. So Muhammad, he copied the word and he put it in the Quran, and when they ask him what it's mean, the answer is, as usual, God knows best what he mean by these letters, simply because it's not his work, simply because he is just copying, stealing something. He didn't know what it's mean, because kahayas as a word simply mean nothing, provide us nothing, show us nothing, so why it's there? And we notice that this is exist in the chapter number 1 in the verse, sorry, chapter number 9 verse number 1 in the Quran, and the chapter is the chapter of Mary, Maryam, the mother of Christ, according to the Quran. Now, why it is exist there, this mysterious word? This is what we will try to explain to you in this video. But before we go there, this is the Muslim website, official government website of Saudi Arabia, as usual. If you see the Muslims translating it, they don't translate it as a meaning. They translate it as letter, because simply it's mean nothing. You got the point? For them, it is Allah words. We don't know what it's mean. Let us make it easier for Muslims. It is Allah letters, which is very funny. That's Allah, he say letters. You know, I can say, and like he is not creating letters, because those letters is already exist in the alphabet. You know, so Muslim, he might say it's a miracle. Nobody can understand it. What do you mean a miracle? It's a letter. I can say G F M D O O, and you say to me, I said to you, do you know what it's mean? He said, yeah, those are letters, but what do you mean? He said, I don't know. Only Allah knows. It's a miracle, brother. But anyway, the Muslims always funny when it's come to Quran miracles. So what we will try to do in here, we will try to provide you with the meaning of this word, with a very, very important study. If you look with me in here, you will see a coding, and this coding, it is numbers, and those numbers equal to the alphabet in Arabic. Now, to make it short, I don't have much time. You will see those numbers going from 1 to 10 until the letter number 10, and the letter after the letter number 10 is going to be double. So what we are doing in here in this code, and this is very ancient code made by the Aramaic and the Arab, and even Hebrew that use it, you will see that every 10 numbers, the number after will be double of the 10th number. So every 10 number we count, the number after will be double, and we will add the equal number for the letter number 10 to the number after, and the number after. As you see, this number was 10, this number was 20, this number is 30. Which means we are just adding 10 to each one after the letter number 10, until we arrive to the letter number 20, which is 100. Now the letter number 20 simply is the number, it is, as you said, every 10 number, right? So the number after will be double, which means we are adding 100 for each letter after this letter, which is number 20. This is why we get those numbers, just to explain to you how we get them. Now, what those letters are standing for. Simply in the old days, in ancient days, they used that coding as a security code. It's very intelligent way. You can send a letter and nobody understand. Only people who have the code, they can understand what those words mean. Now, what all of this have to do with this verse? Let us go and see. Now, this is the coding again, and this is the letters Ka, He, A, Ya, Ain, Sad, as you see it as the Muslim translated in the Quran, in their English Quran, chapter 19, verse number 1, and this is the code. I made it in a slide so you can see it better, and you can see the numbers. Now, if we try to make those letters fit with the coding, which is an Aramaic coding as we mentioned before, we will find the following. That's Ka, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. They are equal to the following number. Ka is equal to 20. Ha equal to 5. Ya equal to 10. Ain equal to 70. Sad equal to 90. They are total as 195. Now, so what? What is 195? Well, it's a very complicated method. You need to be an expert to understand, but I will show it to you in a very easy way. The same way we were able to find out what those numbers stand for, the letters stand for as numbers, we can take those numbers and translate them again to a sentences. Remember, the reason it is a code. The reason it's made this way, so when somebody read the word kahayas, he will not understand. So maybe somebody will say, okay, so why they are doing this? Simply, it's a code. So nobody can understand. So if you send a letter, if you say something, you don't want anyone to understand except the people who they understand your language, the language of coding. Nobody can break the secret. And maybe somebody will say, okay, why Christians at that time, or somebody is at that time, or even whoever made these letters, why they are doing this? Because of the discrimination. They used to worship under a lot of a threat, and until now, actually, Christian, they are living under a threat. Now, if we go to the slide after, we will find the following analyzing. We found first that kahayas is equal to 195. Now we will take the 195 and we will try to find equal letters can break down with the letters or the number of 195. Now somebody can say, well, we can make a lot of mathematics and we break it down and we find a lot of letters. No, you can make really, but it doesn't matter how many times you make it or break it to numbers, because after all you have to make it as sentences make sense. Remember, if you translate the coding by coding, it's mean you did nothing. Now we are making the code back to be the same language again, to a language we understand. So you have to provide equal numbers fit with the 195 as total, and at the same time they provide a sentences. And remember, as I said, all these Christians, they used to do those numbers because they are under discrimination, under threat of being killed. So they used to say words nobody understand. Even in their language, nobody understand, because simply you need a code. Now, if we translate the letters or the number 195 to letters, we get those letters A, L, M, C, Ya, Ha, A, L, Ha, Ya. Somebody will say, so what? 195 is equal to those letters. What does that mean? I will show you what does that mean. If we move, in the slide, we will see the following. As you see, those are the letters more a breakdown to show it to you more clear. A, L, M, Sin, Ya, Ha, A, L. They will end up as the following. And here is the surprise. This is a sentence in Arabic. It says, Al-Masihu Ilahi. Jesus, Christ, to make it clear, it's not Jesus, it says Christ is my God. Al-Masihu Ilahi. Masih in Arabic, it's mean a Messiah. So, Al-Masihu Ilahi, Ilahi, it's mean my God. So, what we found, that kahayas is equal to the number 195, and 195, when we break it down, we will find it's equal to the sentences Al-Masihu Ilahi. And this is explained why it is exist in the first verse of the chapter of Mary. And for sure, we know how strong is the connection between Mary and the Messiah. She is his mother. So we found what kahayas mean in their Quran. Muhammad, he copied it, he stole it from the Christian, and because he's a thief, he don't know what it's mean, but it's mean that Christ is my God. God don't leave himself without witnesses. Jesus is Lord. Christ is Lord even in your book, Muslims. Ameen. Follow with me.